Hi, and welcome to the show. I'm Nancy Guppy, coming to you from the workshop of Dan Webb. That's Dan right over there.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi. Now, Dan is an artist who embodies an extraordinary combination of skill and vision. The result is he makes sculptural artworks out of wood that aesthetically take your breath away and are deeply moving at the same time. Whatever the sculpture literally is, like children hiding under a blanket, or a pillow with an indentation from a person's head, the craftsmanship is off the charts, and there is an energy, a spirit within the piece that animates and transcends the physical object itself. You're going to have an opportunity to experience Dan's sculptures in person because right now he is working on Burn, an exhibit of new pieces opening at Greg Kucera Gallery in early April, and we'll give you a preview throughout the show. Well, in addition to Dan, we have an excellent lineup for you, including 63 questions with Chris and Kate, a deep dive into punk rock drumming, and the twangy groove of Porch Climbers. We'll begin with a multidisciplined vision of artist Moses Sun.
There are no rules to art, and there are no rules to self-expression. And when it comes to something like what we were doing, the rules were make something impactful. I'm a Seattle-based artist. I've been here for about 15 years. Work in mixed media. When I say mixed media, I really mean like everything from digital to analog. Sometimes I'll create a digital piece, print it out, rework it again, and then do a lot of analog stuff to it. I'm from the South. I was born and raised in North Carolina. Just was always into everything. Got my first camera when I was 13. If I had any money, I'd always spend it on art supplies. It was always like art, art, art. When I saw Cy Twombly's work for the very first time, it reminded me of being a child, and I just locked into that. And it's always been a part of me. Like there's always the child inside that's just experimenting and trying whatever. And when I discovered Basquiat, that was earth-shattering. That was really instructional. So what we have here is a number of items from my grandfather's archive, most importantly, documenting his history with the U.S. Marines. He was one of the first Black Marines. And I can only imagine what that would be like to be the first to be admitted into the Marine Corps. That's my grandfather there. That's my daughter. It's just a reflection of my practice of drawing strength and drawing inspiration from my ancestors. You know, a few years ago, I was very sick. I was hospitalized, and my family was really what powered me through. They've been hugely instrumental and influential on my work. So after I got out of the hospital, as part of my recovery, it really took to drawing a lot. And through that sort of healing process, I developed a style of continuous line and movement that really started kind of mapping my mind and mapping my brain and like my emotions and feelings. I work in abstraction because it's intuitive and it's coming directly from me. Everyone enters it from their point of view because it's abstract, and then they bring their culture to it. Part of my artist statement is all about how I've turned to the diasporas of the world when I felt like white culture was done with me. A big life-changing event was the Black Lives Matter mural that we painted in protest during the CHOP. That changed everything. It was a lot of strangers who came together to make a statement. Everyone had their letter and did their own design. There was no like, oh, it's gonna be like this or that. None of that. It was straight up like, Black and Indigenous people, let's go. Black Lives Matter is just another iteration of Black folks standing up for their rights. It's part of the whole history of us trying to get acknowledgement, trying to get not even acceptance, just acknowledgement that we're people. We're no longer chattel. We weren't in the first place. I always say perfection is in the practice. That's what I'm most proud of, is that I'm a practicing artist. It flows into me and out of me. I follow my intuition, I honor my ancestors, and I feel that that's the accomplishment.
Learn more about Moses on his website, mosesson.studio. Fresh wood. All right, up next is 63 Questions featuring the creative duo of Chris Ballew and Kate Endle.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Rosie.
Hi, Chris.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Welcome to Vashon Island.
What a lovely oasis.
Thank you.
It's so cozy in here. Where do you spend most of your waking hours at home?
Either in my studio making music or in the kitchen eating food.
And what was the main appeal for moving to Vashon Island?
Two things, really. People and nature.
Do you ever see orcas out here?
Never saw an orca, but we see a lot of tugboats.
And how do you usually wake up in the morning?
Usually I open my eyes. First step.
Do you remember your dreams?
Not always, but I love it when I do.
Yeah. What is something you embraced before it became popular?
My own music.
And what is one book that you reread?
Really anything by Ram Dass. He's amazing.
Do you have a favorite form of exercise?
Yeah, jumping up and down extremely fast.
And what's the first clue that you're feeling run down?
Probably sore throat.
What was the last thing that you researched?
What to do about this whole Spotify thing.
What grounds you?
Having a tea.
Do you have any habits you'd like to change?
No, I love all my habits. They're amazing.
What's a funny thing that your kids have said?
Oh, one time my daughter was mad at me when she was little and she went like this, "Spooky baby."
Name one wild animal that you would like to pet.
Oh boy, bald eagle. Get right there in the back of the head.
What's the most underrated root vegetable?
Carrot.
What meal ticks all the boxes for you?
Carrot tacos.
Do you like to speculate?
Not really.
Do you have a mantra?
Yeah, buy the boat.
What is one risk that's paid off?
Starting a band.
And is there anything you wish you'd started earlier in life?
Probably a band.
What Saturday morning cartoon did you watch?
Oh, definitely Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny.
And when did you learn the truth about Santa?
What truth? What do you mean?
So it's an unsettling time in a lot of ways right now. What gives you hope?
Music, which is why I'm here in my studio.
Do you understand the stock market?
No, I do not.
How do you feel about licking envelopes?
I try not to.
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Yeah, it went something like this.
How many songs do you think you've written?
Probably over 1,000.
What insect appears most in your lyrics?
I believe the Latin name is bug.
And what is a highlight of your career?
Having Weird Al play me in a video. Wow.
So a yellow t-shirt seems to be the workhorse of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Why yellow?
Well, it's happy.
And what's the main difference between your adult and kid audiences?
Height.
Is there a song lyric that routinely sticks in your head?
Absolutely. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
And what's the biggest obstacle to getting your creative juices flowing?
Definitely chores.
Hey, can you help me with, you guys
Hi,
are
Kate.
here. Come to my studio. Can you start a fire?
Yes. See what I mean? Chores.
Come this way.
Thanks, yeah.
I just rearranged everything, got everything in place. We've only been here a couple months, so I'm excited to show you.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to see.
Come this way.
Whoa, it's so gorgeous.
Thank you.
The light is beautiful. Did you design this space?
I did. It was designed really inspired by our 2-car garage, which was my old studio in West Seattle.
Ah, and so Kate, what illustrator has had the greatest influence on you?
Probably Eric Carle, Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Do you remember when you learned the word collage?
No.
What's most important to you about the work you create?
I want to create art that gives people a little funny, tickly feeling in their stomach.
And what tool do you use for cutting paper?
Scissors and an X-Acto knife.
And have you ever injured yourself making art?
I've cut my fingernails off before.
Oof. Do you have a favorite daily ritual?
Coffee and tea.
Are you a collector?
I am a collector. I'm a collector of collections. My biggest and my most favorite collection is Japanese folk art.
Aha.
And my favorites are kokeshi dolls. This was my first Seattle kokeshi doll.
Oh.
They come from Japan.
And so I know you always wanted to be an artist, but if you weren't an artist, what would you be?
Probably an interior designer or a junk shop owner or a mail carrier.
And what's the best part of being a stepmom?
I think that I would be friends with my stepkids if they weren't my stepkids.
Oh. Do you like to roller skate?
I loved roller skate.
Do you play Wordle?
I don't play Wordle, I play Wordscapes.
What podcasts do you listen to?
Currently Smartless.
Do you have a favorite dumb movie?
I don't like dumb movies.
What's a memorable Pike Place Market moment?
I think watching Chris and the presidents play for the 100th anniversary of the market.
What's your favorite Pacific Northwest band?
Soundgarden.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Currently, the Duplass brothers.
Aha. And what is one silver lining of the last 2 years?
The silver lining, I think, would be having a lot more downtime and time to relax. And I'm kind of feeling like it might be time to relax.
Ah, well, that sounds pleasant.
Let's go this way.
Okay.
Hey,
Ooh.
have a
You
seat.
guys seem so incredibly in sync. What's one thing that makes your relationship work?
Tenderness.
It's tender.
And what are your terms of endearment for each other?
Ooh, lots
Chubby.
of them. I call her worker girl, but I do it like an owl. Woo, 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 woo.
Ooh. And so is there a recurring joke at your house?
Chubby.
Yeah, there's 1,000 of them.
We like to say chubby.
Too many to list.
New Year's Eve or Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween. No New
Halloween.
Year's
Okay,
Eve.
so do you have a costume that you're especially proud of?
The ghosts.
The ghost.
Ted Lasso or Bob Ross?
Bob Ross.
I'm gonna go Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay. Moderna or Pfizer?
Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Flannel or wool?
Wool.
Flannel.
Fried eggs or scrambled?
Scrambled.
I gotta say scrambled, but I love my fried.
He makes the best scrambled.
Okay.
Steel cut or rolled oats?
Instant.
Rolled.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
We're a savory house.
Absolutely.
Sunrise or sunset?
We get good sunsets around here.
We get good sunrises though too.
And showers or baths?
Definitely bath. In fact, I got a bath coming together right over here, and I think that is your cue to skedaddle. 'Cause we're
well.
gonna get in it.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
Have
cheers.
a great bath.
Thanks
you.
for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Enjoy the ferry ride.
For more on these two dynamos, go to kateendle.com and chrisballew.com. Thanks. Well, our band this week is Porch Climbers, featuring Peter Pendris, Trevor Pendris, Miles Burnett, and Austin Jacobson performing Peter's original song, Get Off This Train.
All right, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Confidential situation for a man with no destination. Halfway here and halfway gone. I know I gotta move on. I repeating. You know the song, she done me wrong. I know I gotta be strong. One train, two tracks, one-way ticket, never coming back. Too many heartaches, one kind of pain. When can I get off of this train? Oh, when can I get off of this train? Big one. Here comes temptation, my long lost friend. Hate to say it's good to see you again. I'm begging you, please don't stop by and stay. Then I'll have to make my getaway. One train, two tracks, a one-way ticket, never coming back. Too many heartaches, one kind of pain. Oh, when can I get off of this train? Oh, when can I get off of this train?
Catch a few of the Porch Climbers in their other band, Country Lips, April 15th and 16th at the Little Red Hen. Up next, author and musician Steve Louden talks about his new book on punk rock drumming.
Like a lot of people, I grew up listening to music, and I was really lucky to have two older brothers who would play me records and took me to concerts. So I got to see Aerosmith and Dio and Def Leppard. But when I was 12, some neighborhood high school kids played the Dead Kennedys record In God We Trust Incorporated for me. It scared the heck out of me. I was so fast. The vocals were so crazy. The words that I understood were a little bit frightening, what he was singing about. But at the same time, the energy of it, specifically the drumming, and I was just kind of starting to toy with the idea of becoming a drummer. And punk rock kind of gave me permission, right? Because listening to classic rock, it almost seems like you have to be at this like expert level before you can even start to play. But with punk, it was like, buy a drum set and start a band the next day. Punk rock was really important to me personally, just because of one, the age at which I discovered it. It really felt like something that I could own myself and help define myself at a really important time in my life. But it also was during this period in my life where my mind was kind of getting blown every 15 minutes. I don't, maybe that's like synapses connecting or puberty or I don't know what, but punk rock hit me around the same time as literature. And so the two have always kind of gone hand in hand for me. Around the same time that I discovered punk rock, I discovered Kurt Vonnegut, Charles Bukowski, John Fonte, Jack Kerouac. And so it makes perfect sense in my mind that I would make a book eventually that married those two things. Forbidden Beat Perspectives on Punk Drumming is a collection of essays, interviews, and top 5 lists where drummers get to talk about their 5 favorite influences. I made this more as a celebration. It's a total labor of love, but I read a lot of musical nonfiction, and there's just not a lot of spotlight put on drummers, specifically when you read punk books, which is why when I read Stranded in the Jungle by Kurt Weiss, his book about Jerry Nolan from the New York Dolls, he was one of the first person I asked to be in the book because it was so well written and I could sense his passion.
If you want something energetic and aggressive, punk rock is really it. You want something you could stomp to and with a like primal, scream and primal beat. And there's nothing more primal than the drums. Those first few raw Ramones records are perfect. There's nothing to change about them, those songs are 1 minute and 48 seconds, some of them. And the lyrics are just this bursts of screaming about let's have fun. and my whole family are mentally, challenged, and let's have a party. I really liked writing the piece about Jerry. I could just concentrate on him as a player and the impact his playing had on the music and the music that came a few years after, like, being able to write about the Psychedelic Furs and the Replacements, and two completely different bands who didn't sound anything like the New York Dolls, who got a lot from the Dolls and who got a lot from Jerry. Punks are non-traditionalist, you could argue, but there was something about the tradition lives, and I get to be a part of letting people know that tradition lives on.
I think a lot of people automatically, when they hear drummer book, they think that it's going to be a technical manual that's basically going to teach you how to play drums. And so I had to kind of refine my pitch for people and explain to them that this isn't a technical manual that will teach you how to play punk rock drums. All you got to do to play punk rock drums is get some drums or some trash cans, and congratulations, you're a punk rock drummer. But this is more about the stories of people's journeys to how they became the punk rock drummers that they are, and the kinds of drummers and musicians and bands that influenced them along that journey.
Forbidden Beat, Perspectives on Punk Drumming is available in bookstores and online. Steve and Kurt will take part in a virtual book event at Third Place Books on Tuesday, April 5th. And that's a wrap. Big thanks to Dan Webb for hosting us, and you can catch Dan's show, Burn, opening April 7th at Greg Kucera Gallery in Pioneer Square. More information is at gregkucera.com. And thanks to you so much for watching, and now, since I am a team player, I'm going to offer my services to Dan. Dan, how can I help?
How about your sand?
Sand. Okay, sure. This right here?
Right there.
All right.
Yeah.
This paper? All right.
Yeah, paper. See it.
I feel like I can feel the essence of a form wanting to emerge. I don't know what yet. A step or a baseboard?
Right.
A stick?
Easter Island head?
An Easter Island head? And how long is this going to take, do you think?
Months.
How
You'll
about
be here for a while.
Okay.
Your right arm's going to be ripped. You might want to change. There you go.
Can I stop and take a break for about, a week and come back?
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll keep it. Well, this is actually kind of satisfying, to be honest.
Feeling it?
Yeah, I am feeling it.